Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's jump into these round 17 team lists. Hope you all had a decent week last week and you have a few more trades left. Otherwise, this is a little bit pointless for you. So, Broncos. We got Payne Haas back for those that have him, which will be most of us, and is very much a welcome addition to the squad. Pop that captaincy badge back on him. He'll be raring to go. Against a very tough Panthers team. We got Isaac Luke back and Corey Oates back, so nothing really to talk about with those two guys there, unless you have Corey Pakes, who moves back to the bench. On the other side, Billy Kickour's back, and Isaiah Yeo is injured. So Fisher Harris moves to the 13 role again. Isaiah Yeo did play there after being moved to second row last week. Hopefully he just has 1 week off for those people that have him. And everyone else is still playing. So no resting yet for the Panthers, apart from Isaiah. Appy is also out this week, it seems. He's in the 18 jersey, but there's a chance that he'll play. I just read some reports there. But a bit annoying if you have him at the moment. He's been a bit in and out, but definitely going to have to hold him as he's been scoring well when he is playing. Moving into the Knights and the Sharks. Randall is back in the 21 jersey. He did come into the interchange bench on the weekend and did score 23, so just keep an eye on that one with the Knights there. Said he's back there. There's a chance he switches with Crossland again, although who knows if they'll actually do that again, as they got absolutely smashed on the weekend. The Sharks, Chad Townsend comes back, so Connor Tracy back to the bench. Other than that, not too much to speak about there. Talakai actually scoring really well off the bench again. I just heard news that Matt Moylan actually was continuing to play on with a grade 2 hamstring tear, or the strain there. So that's why he couldn't run it full pelt the other week. So there you go, interesting one. All right, Rabbitohs and the Storm. So Latrell Mitchell is out for the season. For those that have him, you'll have to trade him out. Alex Johnson's come back this week and he's starting in the 1 jersey. Dane Gagai is in the centres again. And on the Storm side, Nelson goes out of the team with his injury. Tino comes into the 13 jersey for the big changes there in the Storm. Nothing too much else to report for those guys. Moving along to Dogs and Titans. Luke Thompson is back on the interchange bench. Again, if you've got him, he's probably definitely a sell there if you have the trades. And on the Titan side, Mo Fodawaker comes back into the team, but he's on the interchange bench. So have a look to see if he ends up starting either in the 8 jersey for Wallace or number 13 for Peachy. So if you're a Peachy owner too, just beware that he might be switched back to the bench with Mo Fodawaker back. But with them, Alex Brimson, God, hasn't he scored well since he's come back at that first game, getting back into it? He scored 20, and since then he's been hitting over 60, most of the week. So at 595k, he's a decent option for the wing fullback and the halves position for the last 4 weeks, as he'll be very keen over these last 4 weeks, even though they won't be making the finals, or shouldn't be making the finals. He should be scoring well there. So very interesting one for our teams. Moving along to the next one, Eagles and the Tigers. We have only one change with the Manly boys, which is Gashevsky is in for Luke Thompson, who will be out for the season, unfortunately. And on the other side, Tommy Talau is out, so he's been dropped, with Adam Dewey moving to the centres and Mbai going to 1, sorry. So they're the changes for the Tigers there. Harry Grant had a decent score. Alex Twiles has been named to start again, and for those that have him, you're hoping he moves back up to like close to an 80-minute game. But Eisenhuth is there on the bench and will probably spell for him, as he has been last week there. Hopefully for Jay Trob owners, he can get back to his 60-point scoring, or at least 55 plus there. Moving along to the next game, Raiders and the Roosters. Nothing too much to report on the Raiders side. Tom Starling ended up starting last week. He's been moved back to the bench unofficially, which he may come into the starting side again. And with the Roosters, Sonny Bill Williams is in the team, so he's sitting on the bench, number 17. So he comes in at like $520K, which is way too expensive, and there's no point bringing him in. And Luke Keary comes back into the team. Flanagan's still remaining in that side. Nat Butcher moves back to the bench for Boyd Cordner as well. So the other one there, for anyone that's holding Angus Crichton, he's in the 18 jersey there. So good luck. There's a chance he may come back, but I'd imagine they won't want to be rushing him back anytime soon. Moving along, Warriors Eels. With this one, we got Jennings and Alvaro, who aren't allowed to play as they are coming up against the Eels. And Eli Katoa is out, most likely for the season. Already said he's going to try and come back, but there's probably no point rushing him back. Where they've got Jack Murchie, who's actually played fairly well in that position. Toyo Harris, still an amazing option to bring in your squad. Jazz Tavanga, getting over 50 minutes and scoring well. On the other side, Ryan Madison, doing really well. For anyone who's brought him in, he's definitely still a buy if you can afford him. And that's about all with these two teams there. With Jai Field coming back in for Dylan Brown. So for those that still have Field, he won't score amazingly, but if you need him to fill us in your 17, then that will be helpful. And then last one here is Cowboys and the Dragons. So Clifford comes into the number 7 role for Michael Morgan. The Hammer comes back onto the wing. Valentine Holmes sticking in going back to the 1 jersey. In their only changes there, obviously Taumalo's gone for 4 weeks. You won't see him. RC goes back to the bench there. And on the Dragon side, the only changes is Terrell Fulmano comes back onto the bench for Trent Merrin there. But that is about all, guys, for the team list. Just a short and sweet one. So if you're enjoying the videos, please subscribe and hit the like button. If you've got any questions, please ask them in the comments, and I'll help you out there. If you need any of that, if you're doing really well, please come in and gloat. Tell us how well you're doing, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one.